VCs, investors, startup, universities, tool to find best hyper growth startup, to accompany them to become bigger and to go on the international markets. And that's the only thing they did. The French government wanted to know where are those people, who can find them, who can help them. And the French government just gives some tools, but don't lead the French tech movement. They ask the private sector, you have been doing that without the support of the government. Now we give you the support, continue to do that, and we give you branding abroad with a brand, it's called La French Tech, so just a name, just a logo. But at the end, it's a lot of incentives for difference, for price, to find good technologies and to make a lot more and more competitive startups. So first, I started by asking different geographical areas in France. Okay, if in your territory you believe you have investors, startup incubators, seed money for startups, etc., federate yourself, submit an application, and we will give you the label of French Tech. And what is the label? It's not only international visibility, accompanying all your startup on international salon or to Silicon Valley, etc., but also giving some seed money for the startup, giving some money to establish more accelerators, etc., and giving at the end a little push, little confidence that was lacking most of the French entrepreneurs. We like to make things, but we're not that good to sell them or to make people know we can do those things actually. So it sounds a bit stupid when you are president of Silicon Valley. It was made by entrepreneur, by the private sector, then the government jumped in and give another push. But we had the whole ecosystem, nobody was working together, and nobody was, we don't have enough trust or self-confidence to say, hey, my technology is great, maybe I should make a company, and maybe I should bring this company to other markets. I think 10, 15 years ago in France, you go to see a bank, say, hey, I just started a startup. I think the worst startups they didn't know, and because you were young, they wouldn't loan you any money anyway. Now, just because of this sort of government-backed initiative, and a lot of people are very enthusiastic and now only talk about startup in order, maybe too much. The bank know what it is, the bank are interested in technologies, and it's a whole ecosystem, it's a positive loop. How long it will last, hopefully long enough, but so far it's working very well. So nowadays there are 14 competitive ecosystem, 14 big France, and they all cover several areas like AI, IoT, etc. So about the tool, at the same time the French government established PPI France, which is a public bank for investment. So the role of this bank is to invest in innovative SMEs and startups, mostly. And they do that by giving some money to existing or to set up new accelerators with a lot of grants for startups. Not a lot of money, but for French entrepreneurs, at least, it allows to start your company and to start to enter the network. French Tech Visa, which is now a 4-year visa for foreign entrepreneurs. You want to start a startup in France, you have a fast track to get this entrepreneur visa. If you're an investor, you also get the visa for 4 years. If you want to work in a French startup, you also can get this visa. So it's quite fast track, and the advantage for Taiwanese to apply for this visa, you apply here directly at the French office and not in France, so it's much faster. French Tech Ticket is a 1-year incubation program. They had 2 seasons already. Second season was last year with 70 foreign startups were selected to be incubated in one of 40 incubators which are eligible for this program. So this has mostly the government side help. I will pass on those one. But behind this, the ecosystem itself is mostly private. Because the point is to develop the dynamic, and the dynamic can only be sustained if it is a private sector. The reality of the economy who really sustains the loop. So this is some of the quite big now company we have, startups who have been successful. So as I say, France is known for many things, but seldom for our and great universities, because we're not in a lot of international rankings. But for P-Data, for AI, Internet of Things, so you had a presentation from folks earlier. Also in biotech, I mean, if you you want, for France is a very good place because there's more than startup now in France, and some of them have been in Nasdaq, etc. So very successful entrepreneurs in these sectors, but not only. And it's all come from a good R&D and university we have in France, which starts also now to push more entrepreneurship from the students to startups. Artificial intelligence, cloud, and those, I would say, those standard sectors, but we're quite active in all of them, especially smart transportation theory with Easy Miles, is an autonomous small bus, who is in operation in Taiwan, I think. There was a demonstration in Taipei, there will be one in Kaohsiung. It's a self-driving little bus to visit the city, and it's very, you can use it with an app on demand. So this is number from last year. We reference more than, now it's 10,000 plus startup in the tech industry, tech and digital. They raised $2 billion last year, 2 years ago, sorry. And France has become, I think, the top first country in Europe, even among the UK, in the number of deals in startup. The total amount of money is still less than in UK, but for the number of deals, it's now larger in France. But the top third is Germany, I believe. So this is for France. As I say, okay, the point is to go on the global market. How we address that? Then they decided to organize also some French tech communities, hubs, all around the world. So they selected a few tech, business, investing places, and Taiwan is one of them. It was accredited by the French government almost 3 years ago, in November, and it was maybe 10 to 15 people here, mostly French in the beginning, on local entrepreneurs, startuppers here, and big French companies. They say, hey, the system to help the growth of our startup typing in terms of manufacturing, but more and more in terms of R&D and AI, robotic, etc. sector. So there is a point to bring our French startup to Asian markets through Taipei, through Taiwan, and that's what we have been doing since. So what is French Tech Taiwan? It's, we don't exist legally, it's just a name, a logo, and a lot of enthusiastic people, French and Taiwanese. So our community today, we have, it's not really updated, but we have referenced 26 French startups here. So they are Taiwanese startups, but founded by young French entrepreneurs, and more are coming. So there is really a point to be here and to try to help them to develop their business. We're about 12 people on a daily basis to work on the network and to grow the network and organize events. And most of our startup are in either software or hardware sector. So we have a few mentors, mostly from French companies who are based here. You have earlier someone in the room from Unabis, which is an IoT, Sigfox IoT operator here, a representative from most of the industry here in Taiwan, mostly French, but not only, willing to come here, but also to help Taiwanese entrepreneurs. This is some of our partners, and this is TXA from Steve Xu here. This is one of our first partners, but we want to talk with everyone because the best resources for French entrepreneur here is not me or my friend or the mentor. One is local partners, the investors, accelerators, the networks, the governments. So we try to link, to federate all those people for the same thing. Bring closer France and Taiwanese innovation ecosystem. See some of our partners in France, and you have the presentation from Euro Technology earlier here, biggest, largest, best incubator in France. So the point for us, of course, to be linked to the French ecosystem, or otherwise there is no point to do so. This is the team we have right now, so it's not the most relevant, but we have 7 people at the moment. We just recruited another person who is based in Taichung, and we have also very active people in Thailand and Kaohsiung. So what we do mostly, we have a community. We need to do some parties. So we do the French Tech Nights. We have organized the 10th French Tech Nights last month. Gather almost 200 participants each time, and it's only tech community. It could be a student at Taichung, meeting the mayor of Taipei, accompanied by the minister of most, who were also here, with French entrepreneur, with French public-private partner. It's all mixed together. It's a very unique mixer, something you don't see often, to have any kind of people with the same goal, is entrepreneurship and innovation. And people are very happy about those nights, first because they're free, you can eat and drink and enjoy a nice evening, but also they all do business over there. It's not a new idea, it's just a networking event, but it's very successful. We continue to do it because the feedback is specific. Always find relevant partner or help. Startup pitch with Business Next, which is a media in Taiwan specialized in innovation. They have a Meet Taipei, someone who is coming in months, and we have a French pavilion with French startup, etc. Again, we work with Sigfox with a hackathon a year and a half ago, and basically we work on on-demand basis. So when a startup tells us, I need this, I need an access to investor, I need to enter this accelerator, that's what we do, and we put people together and we really work. This other event we have and discussion. So our success story is, well, we're a non-profit organization. Our KPI is basically make everyone happy. It's a good KPI. What we've been actively doing is working with the public or private partner, either Taiwanese or French, to support Taiwanese startups to go to France and find what they need to address French or European markets, or to develop technology with partner in France, or to bring as many as possible of French entrepreneurs to Taiwan, because there are great resources here too. And for that, this is something we can measure year after year. We started not long ago. We have much more Taiwan, still a small number, but all the startups who went to France or who came to Taiwan has been subventioned, sponsored by the French or Taiwanese government or private institutions or companies. And something with accelerating, the more partners we discuss with in Taiwan, and the more people really want to help to reach French and Taiwanese startup ecosystem. So we will send 6 Taiwanese startups to France in November. 3 are sponsored by the French government and 3 others sponsored by Taiwanese government. I believe that 3 of them should go to Iran Technology, if I'm not wrong, but we need to talk about that too. Another one will go probably to Toulouse, where Sigfox is based also before the end of the year, thanks to a partnership also with the Taiwanese government. So little by little, program after program, we're happy to see much more exchange between France and Taiwan, because the point is really to, in France, raise the awareness of Taiwanese resources for business, but not only even for a lot of things, and the same in the other way, to show to Taiwanese that, okay, there is Silicon Valley, there is a Chinese market, there is a Japan technological partner, but Europe, not only you, is doing more and more for startup, and we have success with that. This is what we did this year. Also, among the projects to startup exchange is to work with a French bank, which owned 12 incubators in France, and they were very happy to do a kind of a fintech hackathon to select one Taiwanese startup to go to France. We also bring our corporate together with startup. It's kind of Decathlon, which is a retail shops for sportwear. And they were very happy because their innovation team came a few months ago. They wanted to meet with startup. Okay, we can do that. But most of big corporate in France now want to start up, like you go to the zoo, see animals, but the French corporate want to see startup because maybe there's something to do there. They say, okay, but we need to do something meaningful. We need to target which kind of startup you want to see, in which stage of development you are able to work with them, and in which field. And we did that with 8 Taiwanese startups. Was in May, and nowadays 2 of those startups are still discussing or have signed something with Decathlon here in Taiwan. So this is something we're also very proud of. So I just mentioned we are sending 6 Taiwanese startups to France. This is this YEA program, which started in the US. The original idea was to send American entrepreneurs to France for 1 week to see if they were interested to do deep tech cooperation and start a business there. Then it was open to several countries, 6 countries nowadays, including Taiwan. We're happy to have put in touch one French accelerator from Paris and one accelerator here from Taiwan, that they are now cooperating, and School Lab puts one full-time staff to Taiwan Tech Arena at the beginning of this month. And we have an office also in Taiwan Tech Arena, which is really a place to meet startups, meet people, and do more networking. We'll pass this one. So this is our second birthday last year at Mid Taipei. With a lot of French startups were coming from France at the time, some politicians, and Karen, you see the legislator was here this morning, both from the French and Taiwanese community. So we're very enthusiastic in bridging Taiwan and France together, because there is much to do, but we do that also in many countries. Obviously, there is a French each French tech chapter are organized differently, depending who is being it. It could be two consultants, some investors, it could be the embassy, consulate. So the dynamic is quite different each time. But the point is really to test to France talk to a relevant person. So it's really to show that starting why it is not technical. Other thing is to do it global scale, and we're having
on behalf of the French Tech. All right, now before we have the panel discussion, now we would like to invite a group photos with all the speakers today, because you are already here. So may I invite the speakers come on stage for the group photo before we go to the final panel discussion, and also the moderator also join up our photo on stage. Okay, please. The 7 speakers and the moderator, Mr. Xu, please join our group photo together. And we also have the official representative from medium-sized Department of Medium and Small Enterprise from Economic Affairs.